Here we go! Return to Neverland, also known as the Peter Pan in Return to Neverland, or Peter Pan Return to Neverland, and later retitled to Peter Pan 2 Return to Neverland, is a 2002 animated film sequel to the 1953 film Peter Pan. It was released 49 years after the original. None of the main cast returned to their roles because, well, I don't gotta keep reminding you guys every week. Welcome to my 15th Disney Direct to VHS DVD movie sequel movie review. It was produced by the Walt Disney Television Animation in Sydney, Australia, and released by the Walt Disney Pictures fucking Buena Vista distribution shit. It made a total of $110 million on a budget of $20 million. That's just before the DVD sale and the VHS owns, I guess. Here we are with yet another movie where the main cast has had a child, and now that movie's about that child. I don't know how many of these we've been through so far. Also, I really couldn't find much behind the scenes for this movie for whatever reason. You would think that this is being one of their more popular IPs and they're releasing it in theaters first, that they would have one, but no, there fucking ain't shit. There's deleted scenes I found. Other than that, like I also lost my DVD copy to check if there was anything, but now I guess we'll never know. But other than that, I think I'm just gonna start. Also, I just realized that this hat is green and I'm using a green screen, so the effect really isn't there. So I guess we're gonna have to suffer together. Also, I look like a fucking idiot with this thing on. All right. Open shot, fucking Disney Castle. Yeah, never fails. But of course, this time Tink is in it because she's Then it pans out from a CG cloud over a Big Ben. And you know, some nostalgic music is playing as she's just flying with no rhyme or reason. This part is literally just pandering. Then she runs into Peter, who, believe it or not, is still not grown. There's a narrator fucking talking, saying how the story always ends the same. I'll always believe in you, Peter Pan. And then it's just the future. Automatically, she's married with a kid. Actually, two kids, actually. Poor Peter didn't even get a chance. Peter Pan and Return to Neverland. We get a song, a modern song of the second star to the right or left. There's war going on, by the way. And Wendy's husband is like drafted. Their daughter is sad. So now it's just war times. The narrator even is like, yeah, well, when this shit goes on, the kids tend to forget and make up shit like Peter Pan and Neverland. This got intense real quick. Sirens are going off. By the way, the kids' names are Jane and Danny. Also another Jane. I just did Tarzan and Jane like 2 weeks ago. Okay, so as Jane and Dog are trying to get home from the war, I don't even know why they left their home in the first place.
What is it, Nana 2? Oh no.
The bombs are dropping. Yeah, so apparently they're sending all the kids on a train because of the war, so I don't know when they'll be back. They're not taking Wendy's kids yet or something. I don't know why. The grown Wendy is with Danny, and he hates planes and bombs. But Wendy is like, that shit sounded like Captain Hook. What do you mean? And then he's not scared anymore.
Birthday, Daniel.
Yippee! Socks. 2 of them.
That's like, that should just be a meme right there. Little Danny wants to hear more stories about Peter Pan. He's even wearing the fucking hat like me. She proceeds to tell him a pretty generic story, fighting Hook on the ship and then Tink making it float. That's it. I don't know why Jane is obsessed with war so much. She just doesn't know how to be a kid anymore. War changes people. And then a guy knocks on their door and he's like, hey, I'm here for the kids, shipped out tomorrow morning. So I guess they're leaving too now. I don't know. I guess do them in little groups. Wendy breaks the news to Jane. She doesn't want to go. Sad times are upon us.
Hey, face! Trust pixie dust! Mother, those are just words from your story!
Story time's over. It's war. She insults the bro. Mom is pissed. She's no fun. Adult ass. Then she sings about not being a child anymore. Again, I hate this song. It just doesn't fit in movies like this.
There is no such thing as fate and trust and pixie dust.
Literally, like, these fucking modern pop songs just don't fit. She cries at the end. Next scene. The ship is over their house randomly. Hook's goons come to, I don't know, kidnap them?
Hello, Wendy.
So I guess he came for Wendy, but didn't realize she grew up yet. So I guess he just takes Jane. I wonder where they're going. Then this happens. I don't remember that happening in the first movie, but that second star to the right must be insane. Now that he has not Wendy, he can lure Peter to him, finally. And then we got a classic Smee. Never change. They hang her over the edge, and then Peter comes to save her.
Only in your dreams, Hook!
Yeah, I don't know this voice actor. This is apparently like his most famous role. I don't know. You could have gotten Haley Joel Osment to voice him, and it probably would have done a better job, but it's passable. I don't know. They end up doing their generic fight on the ship stick again, which, do you think after all these years of doing the same shit over and over again that they would get tired of it and, hopefully, figure out each other's tactics at this point? But no, it plays out the same every time. She falls in the water. Peter goes after her.
I did it. Can't believe it. I'm free of Peter Pan forever.
Oh my God, he's free of Peter now forever. They both die. Just kidding. Tinker makes the squid fly, then it drops it on Hook. And he got a good taste of him now, and he wants him all to himself. I don't know. It just let him slip, and darn. It was also at this point of the movie when it hit me that Croc, TikTok, whatever his name is not in this movie. And I did a little bit of a research, and I saw that maybe Octoboy swallowed the Croc, hear me out, in the first movie or something. And technically it's still inside the squid. So I'd like to believe that when old Hooky went inside the squid, that it saw him, and that's why he reacted as he did. Because it literally acts the same way. It's its eyes. I like to think that the squid's eyes, since it TikToks back and forth, that's the Croc. I don't know, y'all. Let's keep going. The two of them are together finally, and he realizes she's not Wendy. They fly away, and she says that she's her daughter. She's gonna love it here, he says. We got a montage of them flying over Neverland, seeing views with scenic views. Mermaids are back. Remember them, because it's the first and last time you're gonna see them. They also kind of they made him not as interesting. But you know what? Tinkerbell still hates him, so we're doing pretty well. She drops her.
She's just jealous. All girls get like that around me.
Oh, really?
We run into the Lost Boys. They're still the same boys. They're still spitting in hands. She's a new mom now. She eventually breaks from all the fun. She says,
No, and no.
she's too old to be doing shit like this. She's acting like too much of a grown-up. Back with Hook Smee, he's getting a massage. He really wants him now. He hears a squid glugging around.
No sooner do I rid myself of that cursed crocodile, and now this.
Smee simply shoos it away, and it complies. So it's just simple as that. I don't know why Hook can't do that. Back with Pete, he watches Jane as she's trying to leave. Tink's okay with that. He goes to talk to her. She talks about how only she told her fam he isn't real. So it's a pretty sad scene. She sticks her hand goodbye. It's a pleasure meeting him. She starts sinking after she leaves. Peter breaks the news. The only way out is to fly. So next scene, he's showing her how. She can't do it.
I can't fly.
Well, of course you can't, but I can. I guess I'm just smarter than you.
She doubts it. Tink doesn't want to give her dust to fly. And Peter's like, well, if you don't, she can't leave us. Then immediately coats her in it, then sneezes on her and is pissed. Pete kicks her and she falls to her death. Just kidding. That apparently didn't kill her. Fucking 6 feet under. She's not a scratch on her. Hook is watching them from the trees. He takes her notebook from her and starts tossing it around with the boys. Big boy eats it, burps after. They didn't mean to make her mad.
And I especially don't believe in fairies.
She just doesn't believe. Good riddance. So we get a Santa Claus situation here where if you don't believe in Tink, she loses power and now she's struggling to fly. Jane is out all alone. Some would say lost. Boy. Reminiscing about her fam. So we're getting flashbacks to like the beginning of the movie from like 30 minutes ago. So all right. Back with Pete, Tink explains that if she doesn't make her believe, she's gonna die. So the rest of the movie has we finally got a goal now. We get a Tink to Jane transition here, which I think is pretty nice. She runs into Hook. He begs her to kill him.
Please, go right ahead. Run me through. You'll be doing me a favor.
Which is wild. He strikes a deal with her saying, hey, he'll get her home if she tries to help him get the treasure. So I think that's a reasonable deal if you ask me. I don't know. She goes, you know, is like, hey, I mean, if it's yours and not the other guys, then I guess sure, just don't harm my boy Peter. He gives her the contract to sign.
Mwah! Leave the light on, mommy. Your baby boy's coming home.
Apparently he's like her only way home as he kind of disappears into the bushes. Next scene, Peter Lost Boys are looking for her. I want to know the animator that did that, and I want to dap him up. They run into each other. He says he'll do anything for her. She's like, shit, let's go on a treasure hunt. The boys start singing. This song isn't really anything to write home about. It's about what the Lost Boys would do on their free time and how they only have free time. Random thought. How did all these kids get to Neverland? Like, do they all have families? How long have they been there? Does Hook and his crew also have a life out there? I want a movie explaining how everyone got here. Call it Finding Neverland. End of the song. She hops and skips into a cave, and wow, look at that. The treasure's just fucking right there. How convenient. Peter and gang find her.
I now proclaim you, Jane, a lost boy. I mean, a lost girl.
She's happy about that, apparently. Skunk Boy blows a whistle at the end and like a fucking dumbass, and he calls over the pirates so they come fuck with him. And then of course Hook has to drop the line.
And thank you, milady. I couldn't have done it without you.
Jane?
Which, why do movies do this a lot? Like, I can think of like 3 others I did so far in these reviews. Get better ideas. She's pissed because Hook broke the contract.
I promised I wouldn't harm a single hair. This is the one I won't harm. Here, you keep it.
I chuckled. Peter hates her now. Tink dramatically is dying now as Wendy looks for her. She opens the leaf, dead. Then the stupid music starts playing.
All the world is made of faith and trust. I'm so sorry.
What a sad scene. I shit you not, her hand starts sparkling, and then Tink does too, like 2 seconds after. We didn't even get a chance to mourn her. She's just automatically back. I guess her crying made her believe. Just like a change of heart, Tink likes her now. All is well. It's time to find that boy. They're making him walk a plank with an anchor on him. Then they find him right after. They start laughing at him because I guess, I don't know, they're girls. Jane cuts the boys free. Tink goes into Hook's mouth. Skunk Boy slingshots a diamond in the water, and the crewmates go after it. And then this happens. It's a little bit of an anticlimactic fight here. Jane goes for the key. Hook almost gets her. She kind of just pushes his sword to the side and then jumps off. Of course, she flies. I don't know what you thought was gonna happen. She flies, frees Peter. They kind of like each other now. So Hook has her in a chokehold, and then Pete just throws his knife and he just falls. 2 seconds later, Pete fucking drops him an anchor right into the fucking squid. He runs away. A good captain always goes down with the ship. He spits them out, then he sees the other crew as like fish. So who knows how long they'll be running. That's disgusting. Kids were dirty back then.
You can fly now. You can go home.
So she can go home now, and the Lost Boys are sad. She says she'll tell her brother Danny, remember him, all the fun stories she had with the Lost Boys. Peter decides to escort her back to her home. Then the scene just kind of jumps back to her home, just waking up, making you think it was all a dream, but it wasn't. She runs off to find her mom, Wendy, and she's like, he really is remarkable. She sits to tell Danny Boy some stories that she had already, and Wendy hears something outside. And honestly, y'all, this might be like the best scene in the whole movie. Probably what makes it worth it is when she reunites with Peter. There's just, I don't know, there's just something charming about it. It actually kind of gave me a little goosebump when I was watching it. Just the way he's like, Wendy? Then he's like, you changed? I don't know, this makes the movie worth it for me. He says goodbye and flies off. Jane looks down and sees her dad is back from war. I don't know how long he was gone. It seems like it was just a few days in movie perspective ways, so maybe it was a quick war. Pete and Tink fly off to the second star. As we pan up, we fade to black, and that's Peter Pan 2, Return to Neverland. We get a remix of Do You Believe in Magic for the credits. Again, it doesn't fit. I don't know, I didn't hate this. It just seems unnecessary. Except for that last scene. If we just got a short with that last scene, honestly, it would have been worth it. Again, since there's not really much behind the scenes footage to kind of throw up interviews, anything like that, here's some facts about the movie. Wendy's original voice, Catherine Beaumont, I think, recorded all of older Wendy's voices for the movie, but was later recast. Nothing was ever restated. It's probably likely that she's too old to produce Wendy's tone of voice. Kind of similar to Eileen Woods, the voice of Cinderella, when I did that review, how she was too old to play Cinderella, so they replaced her. So I guess that's a similar experience. It's still kind of heartbreaking. I'm curious what she said about that. There's a deleted scene from the movie in like a pencil test. It's where Jane and Hook meet for the first time. It's like an extended 2-minute clip version of the scene that was edited for time.
You've got a lot of nerve, Buster.
You're not Wendy. Who are you?
Who am I? Who are you?
Young lady.
Another fun fact, the voice of Hook, his name's Corey Burton. He's been performing the voice of Captain Hook since he was like fucking 17 years old. Fun fact, he worked at Radio Shack, and then his like voice teacher, apparently someone named Don's Butler, don't know who that is, suggested that he audition at Disney. They really liked him, and well, shit, well, the rest is history. The Indian encampment, ooh, we're at the risky part. Princess Tiger Lily, not in this movie, not even the Indians, because of their, you know, stereotypical characterizations in the original film, which, I mean, is understandable, but they could have added them and changed them. I don't know. It's just kind of weird, because where are they now? Did they all die? Like, how do we get here? Despite the merchandise including them, John and Michael, Wendy's fucking brothers, are not in this movie. They're, I guess they got older too and they moved away. I'm assuming they also got married. I don't know. She doesn't even mention them. Other than that, there's nothing else I could find. I don't want to talk anymore. Thank you for joining me. Join me next time, where I cover the next Disney direct to VHS DVD sequel movie, direct to video movie sequel Disney. Do you hear that pop in my arm? The Lion King 1.5. Oh boy, there's a third Lion King movie.